what should we do today? Let's do the reading for the next week. Oh. What do we mean? I think this is a continuation. We're talking about our chakras here. And it looks like someone has, someone who thinks, still an enemy thing, someone who thinks that they're more entitled than you, right? Their energies are lower, you see. They're feeding, they're bottom feeders. Their energies are lower. And what they did was they cored it into your lower chakras. So what I'm seeing here mainly is your second chakra, right? Second chakra, so it looks like it started with the base one, connecting energetically, but something was actually done, right? And this person didn't work alone. If they did something alone, they would have done it on your first chakra, right? Base chakra. And then they actually went and they reached out to someone. And it's either a man who is skilled, is a practitioner, right? Or a woman with very masculine energies. So I feel like it's a woman, but I don't know. It could be a man for some, whatever. Take it as it is for you, right? If you know this, if you don't, just live for interpretation. She used this person's help to cord into your second chakra. I'll tell you a story later, how that happened to me. They corded into your second chakra. So this person, for a very long time, you couldn't figure out who it was because they were monkeying around by trying to hide, right? So they were not just hiding from you. They're trying to hide from the higher forces, right? The universal forces. They're trying to hide from them. The funny thing is you can't really do that, right? But he managed to do that because they switched, right? So when they corded into your chakra, what they did was they took, let's say you're bountiful, you're lucky and blessed, right? So they took your blessings and they gave you their shit. And because this bargain was struck, the universe doesn't notice it immediately because there's give and take. There's an equal exchange of energies, right? Another thing is, that's why I always say subscribe as an energy exchange, because these are free readings. So this is not me just advertising, right? We don't want to be connected in our next life, do we? Probably not. Where you'd owe me something or other way around. So what happened was there was an even exchange. So the universe like, okay, so nothing really happened. Someone took something and someone gave something back. So they didn't notice. What's happening now is that you have been too long in a state of attack, right? You were being attacked. So the universe, it looks like it's paying attention to you, right? It's paying attention to you, to what you're doing. So you might be one of those, whatever we call it, indigo children or whatever color you want. So you're like you came here to help others, right? So universe is paying very close attention to you. So the universe thought everything was fine, but it looks like because you were biting your own tail, so you kept going in a circle, like it was like a loop. You were getting stuck in your loop, and it was unusual, and there was no progress, and there was a lot of attacks. How did you find out? Oh, 2 cards. It found out because you were doing all kinds of weird shit, right? You were coming up with new things, like unusual things. You were getting quite acrobatic about getting out of certain situations. So it was unlike you. So since the universe paid close attention to you, they realized there was like something's wrong. Why is she acting this way? And it's like, when we're all going, right? Like go game. We're all going, like we're all hopped on a spiritual train of transformation, and then when we get through one phase, one lesson, that lesson stops, we all rest, right? So the train rests, everybody gets off, whoever, did schooling well, succeeded, gets a reward, gets a candy, a good boy, cute candy. And whoever doesn't just goes back to, gets another chance, right? Let's say stays in the first grade, didn't graduate to the second one, and can start again or can give up. It's, free will. That's what free will is, right? You get choice whether to evolve or not, or stay on the lower frequencies or not. It is your choice. That's free will. Now, what universe saw was that when you were, let's say that train, the spiritual educational train with all these people would stop to take a break before the next course starts, next class starts, or next grade. You were still going. So they're like, what is she doing? Why is she still going? Like, we all stopped and resting. What is she doing? And they realized that this person has been trying to defragment you, right? Like get in the way. This person was getting in the way. Now I have a woman and a man, right? Definitely a woman and a man. So this person was trying to completely chop you up into pieces where you would waste your time not going. So it's not like this person knew that you were going on this like spiritual train to evolution. No, this person just wanted to destroy you. And that's how universe found out. Now what? You were also beating yourself over the head literally, it looks like you've either, some of you never have reached out to your ancestors or never used that part of it, but you were so desperate to get out of the situation, like you felt like no one could believe you or no one could hear you that this was happening, that you reached out to the ancestor. You start like asking, the people who have passed for help. You're like, spirits, like, help me, grandma, or help me, grandpa, like, do something. Like, this is happening to me. Like, I'm being sacrificed. Deliver me from this. It looks like this universe, universal forces, and your ancestors got together. Like, okay, so she's calling out for help, and we're not sure what's going on, but like, let's go find out what's going on. And they're like, nothing's really happening. It might just be her. So maybe she's gone a little too far, too fast, and it affected her mind, or his mind, whoever you are, man or woman. If you're a man and listening to me, flip that her to him, right? You'll figure it out. So this is complicated. So they basically thought they would get together, your ancestors, universal forces, everyone. They'll be like, okay, so she's asking for help, and she's doing all kinds of weird shit. Like, she's doing acrobatic moves to get out of something, and we're not even seeing, what is she trying to fight, or what is happening? Maybe she's like burnt out and there's too much on her plate. So they would come in and they wouldn't see anything, right? They wouldn't see anything. They would look around, there was nothing. Why? Because this person, he, was hiding, and hiding so well. And this person was hiding in your second chakra. You do understand what I'm saying, right? They were courting into you. So their whole energy, their whole garbage was inside of you. So the universal forces and your ancestors thought that you were fucking nuts. But no, it was someone else's energy that they were seeing. But they thought it was you. You're not doing well. Maybe you should take a break. Go to the doctor. Change the way you're eating. Change your lifestyle. Maybe that's what it is. What is happening? Did you check your hormones? They couldn't tell. It's like, it amazes me. This person, whoever he is or she is, I mean, gotta give it to them. You fucking tricked universal forces. But baby, they found out. Because what happened here was you went on automation. So it was like something stops and then restarts, and something stops and then restarts. So it looks like were you cleaning yourself? Yes. You would pray, and you might be doing some rituals, some cleansing rituals, and then it would stop for a little bit, right? So now the universal forces, right? Universe is paying attention to you. And it's like, well, she or he did this cleansing ritual and it stopped. Why did it start again? And she keeps doing this. She's trying to clean herself from something, but why is this still happening? And they started looking, and they found both of those people, both of them, and they chopped their heads off. So this is a whole different force that goes after them. This is not just higher beings or lower beings or right beings or left beings. The whole universe is pissed off because you came here for a reason, right? You were put here for a reason, and universe had that reason already written in your blood. Your incarnation was not just to have babies or to be married or to la-di-da bullshit. It was more than that. So they're like, why is she fighting this? Who is attacking her? We can't see. Let's go look. And they caught these people. And they got very, very angry. So what's happening right now, they're going to scare the fuck out of them. And they're scaring them with, who's this woman? They're using, this is funny. They're using devil's energy to go into some woman. And they're creating this situation, right? I don't know. Maybe they're making this woman's meat suit act out a certain way. I don't know who this woman is, but whatever. It's definitely through a woman. And they're putting them through transformation. They're already locked in. They're already scared. They're like, it looks like they're watching this person. I don't know. Maybe they're doing some readings, or maybe they're watching this person. They're gossiping. Like, they're foaming at the mouth. They're done. They're scared, shitless. Now, what this woman is going to do is they're going to cut the roots, right? Cut them at the roots, these people, and set them into transformation. And yes, she's working with the devil. So she's a hag, this character, right? In a good way. A hag. She's a witch. She practices, and she is going to butcher them up. Wow. Well, first of all, how did they catch them? How they caught them was they got a little too tipsy, or they got a little too confident, right? Could be either or. They got a little too confident that no one can see them. So they opened the curtains. They just went and did something. They performed something while they were being watched by universal forces. And that's how they got caught. Oh, dimwit. Honey, it's over. The days of the princess and the prince are over. Time to pay up. Serenity is done. They will be praying to the gods. All their relationship is going to be with the devil in between them. Because it looks like... What does it look like? It looks like me, you do respect devil. And the devil respects you. So that's not going to be fun for them. So what else? This is next week? Yeah, this is next week. And what's going to happen is they're going to hit the rock bottom when they're going to go on some trip. It could be a short trip or a long trip. It could be by car or a plane, or like a car. They will have some sweets. Those are the details. And the universe is going to kick in then. What they're going to do is they're going to start with the trip, and they're going to move into their house. So they're everywhere right now, right? They just haven't started. It's starting next week. So what's starting is that they're taking a trip, or they're driving somewhere. I don't know wherever they're going. And they might be just going out with friends. they're gonna start schooling them there. It looks like it's gonna be scare. Yeah, it's gonna be a scare tactic. And they're doing all this to protect the treasure, and the treasure is you, sweetheart. Someone took their treasure. You were their man. You're like Jesus character, one of those.